Thank you so much for speaking to me.
Of
This is
course.
this is mind blowing. With your character,
Let's just get to it.
let's get to it. We finally know why she's called Pops. That
Okay.
that
I
that
knew it would
bullet.
be a day. There would be a day.
It would be a day that bullet popped right into Crystal Skull. Um,
Oh my God. I did not see it coming.
did not, but in a way you did, but didn't. I wanted to go back a little bit when it was first declared that there would be war upon Rock. I wanted to know was in within this season, do you feel that the character was more of someone who worked behind the scenes as opposed to putting the emotions right out front? And how is that coupled with Snaps?
Hmm. I actually think this season she put her emotions front a little bit. I think you've always seen her being this kind of, funny, laid back flirt. And I think this season you kind of saw Pop step up a little bit more aggressive, speaking for her husband and ready to go to war and a little bit more irritated about things. And I think you saw that slow boil starting to rise more, especially like when Unique came in, and I just think she was starting to get a little bit more irritated and coming out of retirement a lot more.
Very interesting. So, with that in mind, I was wondering, it's interesting how the goal is to take Kanan and Raquel and turn them against each other. Is that because do you feel the character doesn't like to get her hands dirty in terms of an all out war where people know where she stands?
Yeah, I'm a master manipulator, a chess player, very wise, not her first rodeo. I think she knows that they're having trouble at home and they're both not loyal to each other. So I Snaps and I use that as a way to manipulate the whole entire situation. It's really easy to do when you know somebody's business or there's trouble in someone's home. Um, and so in that way, they messed up letting us know their business. You never really know our business. That's why I think it's so shocking when you see me shoot Crystal, because you're like, oh, well, where is Snaps? What's going on? Because you don't really know any of our business.
And I wanted to kind of talk about that as well. Snaps was not in the episode 9 in the beginning. He was at the end when it came to the cops and how you lied to Kanan about that as well. But what I wanted to know is there's this wonderful scene where basically Pops and Snaps is looking down at the city, and I wanted to know, what does you guys are out of the business but still in the business? Was that a proclamation of we are still the kings and queens who run this? Or was this solely just about Rock?
In my mind, I think it was we're the kings and queens and we still run this. We're pretty high up on the horse. And, I just think a lot of people have tried to think they can mean we're always one step ahead. So I think and that includes Rock, that includes everybody. So I just think that's kind of a nod to we're always one step ahead.
Why do you feel that it was important to kill Crystal when Kanan already came to you thinking that it was Rock who already did Famous in? Why this extra character?
Um, just to prevent any loose ends, and perhaps allegedly to send a message, a form of control. And Yeah, and you tend to tell people closest to you things. Um, so we don't take any risk. I know I don't.
Okay.
Too
And so I
much
want
at
to talk
stake.
about okay. So I want to talk about the sudden appearance for Unique when he came walking through the door, and what was the thought in her mind when she realized he's not dead, and could that kind of play into or harm the plans that she already has?
I think Pop was very, very initially surprised and a little bit worried.
Does she feel that she has still control of the situation, even though
But I
people
think
are?
was still a little guarded.
Oh,
I'm
sorry.
sorry. It's okay. Still a little guarded. That was a big shocker, and he's pretty volatile. Um, but I don't think it was any threat. I just think it was like, okay, is he going to be with us or against us? And I think that that was another layer. We had to figure that out.
Do you feel that she is planned for him also being against as well as for even for?
I'm sorry, could you repeat that? I don't understand
Yes.
the
Do
question.
you feel that she is prepared for Unique being against them?
Oh, yeah, Pop's prepared for everything, always. Of course, of course. But I do think a part of her um, does admire him coming up into their place of business. That does take some balls. So, I think that she's definitely open to hear what he has to say, but she knows that he's desperate. And so that, again, when someone's desperate, that can be an opportunity, because
Mhm.
you can't control them. So
Right.
it's a very delicate situation, but it's a
And then,
win-win for
right.
Pop.
Okay, I like this. So then I'm wondering if you can tease mentally Pops and Snaps. Where are they at in the finale after? Because a lot have been revealed to us as an audience.
Um, Pops and Snaps again. They are standing on business. They told people don't mess with their 401k. I think they are a lot stress free, but I think you get to see Pop kind of step up, and I think you see more layers being pulled back, and the key players really stepping up, and a war being defined. I really think you start to see that there is a war of some sort coming to a head.
Oh, snap. Okay. Wonderful. Thank you so much for speaking.
Allegedly.
I like that.